Today I'm going to make a pineapple vinegar, and I thought I would go over a couple of things with you. I'm going to cut up these 2 pineapple that I picked up at the store, and I wanted to show you this container, juice dispenser. Some people make their vinegars in these, and then you just pour off the vinegar at the bottom and you're left with all the pulp and stuff at the end. I choose not to use one only because I only have 1 or 2 of these dispensers, and I have like 10 different containers of vinegar going, so I don't want to tie up my dispenser in case I need it for something. And I strain mine through a tea towel when I'm done, so I get all of the chunks and pieces and stuff out instead of letting some of them go through here and even possibly plugging it up. So you'll want to remove the tops and the bottoms of your pineapple, and I don't use the tops for the vinegar just because there's so much green and really not enough fleshy fruit stuff. I just go ahead and toss those or feed them to the chickens or compost them. But you can cut the bottoms off, and then these are pretty good pieces, and I just cut them into approximately 1-inch chunks, maybe 2-inch pieces. You can kind of see that they're starting to turn brown. I got these on sale for a couple of dollars a piece, and so where we love to eat pineapple, I'm not completely heartbroken that it's wasted. I'm just gonna turn it into vinegar and we'll enjoy it that way. And then this one, when I cut this one open, it's really starting to turn brown, and if you smell it, see, you can kind of tell it smells like vinegar already. So probably not edible, really. I mean, pleasing to the palate, I guess you could say, but it's perfect for our little project. So I'm going to cut the skins off of these, kind of chunk them up into smaller pieces, take the cores out, and then I'm going to toss them in my food grade, and please make sure it is food grade 5-gallon bucket. Okay, so just cut these edges off like you would normally when you fillet your pineapple, and just kind of take these pieces and chunk them up. And I can tell you that the softer the fruit is, like mushier, and the smaller the pieces, the faster your vinegar will produce. And you can also put your chunks in the blender with a little bit of water or juice, some kind of liquid. Anyway, and the more air that it gets, the faster it will ferment. So air, soft, and small pieces of fruit make it perfect. Okay, so I don't take the time to cut the skins off because they're going to be just fine to go in the bucket. And like I thought a minute ago, as I get into this pineapple, he really doesn't smell pleasing. He does smell like he's kind of past his prime, so perfect for the vinegar. These are just the chunks. It kind of breaks my heart, but it's okay because in about a month we'll have yummy, delicious vinegar. This is the core. It's harder, crunchier, so probably the smaller you can cut it up, the better. This also might be something that you want to toss in the blender with a little bit of liquid, and it will certainly break it down a whole lot faster. So this is about all of the pieces that I got out of that one pineapple. It was the worst one. I'm just going to go ahead and stick them in my square container. I did go ahead and taste these. These are very ripe and sweet and pretty yummy. So I have 4 kids, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go pretty fast. All right, so my handy dandy helper, Jackson here, he doesn't really care for pineapple, and we cut up in the second one, and it has more of an apple flavor. It was not sweet, it was picked way too green, and it was starting to turn brown around the edges. So I think it's kind of done ripening, so to speak. So we're just going to use it in the vinegar. we'll get it chunked up. And while I was chunking it up, I dropped a piece on the floor, and you could probably wash that off and stick it in your brew. I prefer not to. I have chickens, goats, pigs, kids. We do not mop the floor daily. It's probably not real sterile, and I don't want to introduce any kind of bad bacteria to my vinegars. So we're trying something new. We were told that we could use a little bit of baker's yeast. Anybody that makes wine, you can use a brewing yeast. Anyway, this is just the Fleischmann's brand, and we have not very much, 2 pineapples worth in the bottom of our 5-gallon bucket. We're just guessing. We were told a little bit. I'm going to say a tablespoon, and what that's going to do is actually make this ferment quite a bit faster. And so instead of waiting a whole month for this to ferment, it should do it in about 2 weeks. The other thing we're going to do is I made pineapple vinegar, started a batch almost exactly a month ago today, and we're going to take some of the mother off of the top of it. That's this white creamy stuff, and we're going to put some of the mother here into our new bucket, and that also is going to introduce the good bacteria and help it go just a little bit faster. Okay, so we got our pineapple all chunked up, and we measured it, and it's about 10 cups of pineapple. And so you can get online and find the recipes, and these are really just kind of some good guidelines. So it's 2 cups of fruit scraps, 4 cups of water, and a teaspoon of white or brown sugar. And so we have 10 cups of pineapple. So we're going to put approximately 8 cups of water, and it should be just enough water to cover the fruit, not too much and not too little. And then 10 teaspoons is approximately 1/4 cup. However, we like our vinegar a little bit sweeter, so we've got about 1/3 cup of sugar, and we're going to put that in there. And then we'll add the water and stir it up. And then we'll go ahead and take a little bit of our mother and put it in our brewing bucket. You might want to show me. Okay, so we're going to put about 10 cups of water in here, and it's really going to be just enough water to cover the top. I did want to tell you that if you live in the city and you have chlorinated water, it's probably best if you use the distilled water. We live in the country, and we have a well, and the well's been tested, and it is good, clean, healthy water. So we just go ahead and use it out of the well. Anyway, so we have just about enough water in there, and we want to give it a good stir. So just to recap, it's our fruit scraps, about 10 cups of water, because we had all the extra fruit. We had a big batch, and our sugar and our yeast. We're trying yeast this time, and we get that mixed in a little bit, and then we're gonna take a little bit of this mother, which is the good healthy bacteria that you want on your vinegar, and this is the one that we started from about a month ago from pineapple, and it is really weird stuff. You don't have to get very close, Jackson, so you can get a good picture. It doesn't take very much of it. We're just going to take what we can get. It kind of looks slimy, but it's not slimy. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of feels like an apple peel almost. And so this is and I have clean hands. We just washed my hands, so I don't want to introduce any bacteria. So make sure everything you do is clean and no metal. And when you get it covered and you go to put it away, make sure that you keep it in a dark place. It can be warm, it can be cool. The warmer it is, the faster it will brew. So we're going to take our healthy piece of mother and just lay it on the top here and let it kind of do its thing. The other thing you can do is add some organic vinegar to the bucket. And it doesn't take very much. It could just be a couple teaspoons or tablespoons. It depends on the size of the batch of brew that you have. So you would just get your Bragg's organic vinegar and apple cider is fine. You would shake it good and just pour a little bit in the bucket. That has the mother in it that introduces it. But once you start making your own vinegars, you'll have plenty of mother to transfer from container to container.